Hi, and welcome. My name is Chowom, and we're playing this bed we made.
I've got two keys. Now, let's test them out.
Wait, what? I already tested them. Wait, what? Yeah, I already tested them. Whew. So this one I placed there. So that means that we must leave this place like this. Oh, now I remember. Now I remember. Uh, so we have first two letters that are IS. Now we must find the last one. Two 5-letter words, both related to Anne and Marcella's past. Unlike my favorite bar, this one was black. Her alternative name will surely... Oh, alliterative name will surely take you back. So, last two letters are IS. And a bar. Something about bar. Fresh pair of eyes.
That riddle's a toughie. Maybe I need a fresh pair of eyes on it.
What does it mean? Fresh pair of eyes. There's no one here. Already cleaned this one. Hey, I turned it off. Yeah, everything is okay. Fresh pair of eyes. That's really strange sentence. I'm sure that I will place cup. Oh, I can actually place screwdriver back, no? If I need to. But I cannot. Okay, if you say so. Fresh pair of eyes. There's nothing here too. What the hell? Does it work? Doesn't work. So I cannot go down. Uh, does anybody have a fresh pair of eyes? A note torn apart and scattered. I will leave notes in the vent next to your room. Okay, 507 then. Uh 1824. Violet lipstick stain. Orange lipstick stain. Family picture. A threatened letter from Mr. Beaumont to his wife. Michael's letter. Postcard. Okay. School board letter. Letter from M. Christmas is exhausting.
I've got 2 keys. Now, let's test them out.
And this one, letter from Adam or Eve. A heartbreaking decision. A letter from Anne's attorney, no. Catcaller, Greta. Bedside note. Writing attempts. Mount Royal College, Montreal. A matchbook from the White Cat, a bar. Oh, White Cat. Oh, so it's Greta. Oh, perfect. I lost so much time for this. So, Gris. What? Thank you. What's there? Ooh. My type of writer. Ooh, so she's a writer?
That novelist, Bridget Boswell, is actually you, Marcella?
February 4th, 1956. Dear Marcella, or should I say Bridget? You know I prefer a good old crime story, but last week I came upon a romance novel with an intriguing title, and they were roommates. I bought it on an impulse at a train station and read it from cover to cover during the journey. Can you imagine my surprise when I recognized our story? We may have changed the names and locations, but all of our moments are there. Our endless discussions in the dorm room and our first date at the theater, our trip to Quebec City. You often said writers are thieves, but I never fully understood until now. It has been almost 10 years since I received your last letter. The letter that painted our relationship as nothing more than a summer fling. At first I could not believe you had written those words. Then I waited in vain for your answer, had to accept your love for me had never been real. For many years I was broken-hearted, angry, confused. I questioned the nature of our feelings, of our attraction, and made many wrong decisions. But this book, our book. Am I foolish to think it's proof you really love me? In any case, I hope you are well, and I'm happy to see you accomplished your dream of becoming a writer. Thérèse, Insolvent. Okay.
Oh, Anne, murder might be a bit much, but you deserve some kind of justice.
March 25th, 1956. Dear Marcel, I didn't expect you to reply to my letter, but I am happy to see I was wrong. Your words have comforted me in a time of great distress. If only Louis was half the man you say Hector is. He has quite a temper and he hits me frequently. I am willing to put up with it as long as he doesn't hurt Michael, but there are some days when it becomes almost unbearable. The other day I dreamt of our first date. We were watching The Postman Only Rings Twice again, but suddenly we were in the movie. You were Lana Turner and I was John Garfield, and we were both plotting to kill my husband. I had to admit it, but I almost hope it was premonitory. To answer your question, I do still have our box. My brother is currently in Atlanta for work, and I was thinking of going to see him. with Michael next month. If you're able to meet me there, we could open the box together and laugh at the silly things we thought important all these years ago. I hope to hear from you soon. Sincerely, uh, P.S. Do you remember that secret language we invented so Sister Miller could understand the notes we passed during her class? I still do in secret language.
I do like a happy ending. I just hope that's where your story is headed.
August 10, 1957. Dear Marcella, thank you for sending me a signed version of your latest novel. I think it's your greatest work yet, but I do have a few comments to help make the next one even better. First, I believe Rose should be more concerned with what she deserves than what her husband deserves. He may not deserve the pain she will cause by leaving him, but they both deserve to be happy, and they won't be as long as they remain together, as long as she doesn't listen to her own needs. Also, I think it would be great if your next novel ended on a more positive note. Imagine if Rose left her husband and rode into the sunset with Eve. Imagine if they went to New York or Los Angeles, someplace where people like us are tolerated. Imagine if they got to have their happy ending. It would be the best story ever. I hope you will consider. P.S. I know you say invisibility protects us, but don't you just wish to be seen sometimes? Wouldn't you like people to know you are Bridget Boswell? To recognize you on the street, to recognize you for your work? Why not publish your next novel under your own name?
Oh, so you came to Montreal under the pretense of celebrating your wedding anniversary, but all along, you meant to reunite with Anne.
Oh, that's really hurtful for your husband. January 13th, 1958. Dear Marcella, I left the house. I left Louise. I couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't lie anymore. How do you do it? How do you manage to live a double life? To hide your work and your novels from your husband? I have so much less to hide, and yet. Michael and I are staying at the Clangton Hotel until we find a place to stay and the divorce is done. I don't know how long it will take. Could you come and see me in Montreal? I really need you by my side right now. P.S. I wouldn't put it past Louise to scout every hotel guest book in the region looking for me under his surname, so I've registered under the name Beaumont.
After all this, turns out you're a fan of Bridget? Of Marcella? That's a lot sweeter than I expected.
September 27th, 1957. Although you don't know me, I think I can safely say I'm your biggest fan. Your novels have literally changed my life. After the war, I spent almost 10 years in a psychiatric hospital. Oh, it's our guy. Because of panic attacks. None of the treatment were working. And I wasn't getting any better. I became friends with one of the nurses who started lending me books so I could pass the time. I didn't really like the first ones, but then I picked up Bridget Boswell's first novel, your novel. I had never read such a beautiful love story. It almost brought tears to my eyes. I immediately urged the nurse to get me more of your books. Believe it or not, the more I read them, the less panic attacks I had. The doctors thought it was their new medication finally working, but I knew the truth. Your novels gave me the courage to get in contact with Lindsay, a friend from the war. I had always felt for him the same way your characters feel for each other. Oh, but I had never dared telling him. Now I have, thanks to you. The thought of seeing him again is what motivated me to get better and leave the hospital. I hope to hear back from him soon. After my discharge, I want to thank you for everything you've done for me. I've discovered Bridget was a pseudonym, so tracking you down took longer than I thought. Fortunately, I'm a very patient and resourceful man, and I never give up. Do you think we could meet? I have so much more to tell you. Paul.
I'm glad
November
you were
8th.
able to open up to Marcella like this.
1957.
Everyone needs someone to talk to.
Dear Marcella, thank you for answering my letter. I realize now how unsettling it must have been for you. Please forgive me for tricking your editor into giving me your address. I know I shouldn't have done that. I wanted to thank you as well for your encouraging words concerning Lindsay. I still haven't heard from him, and I'm starting to fear I might have the wrong address. I wish I could take a train to Virginia, but that's not an option right now as I can barely pay the rent. I guess I will have to find a job. As a kid, I dreamt of being an actor, a Hollywood star. I know it's a foolish dream, but what else can I do? What am I good at? I've tried getting some odd jobs already, but employers turn me down as soon as they learn where I've spent the last 10 years of my life. If it continues like this, I'll probably end up on the street like so many of my army buddies. Why am I even telling you all this? After reading your book and getting to know you through them, I tend to forget I'm an only stranger to you. I hope you don't mind. You seem to be a good listener, and I've been feeling rather lonely ever since I left the hospital. Anyway, please tell me more about your life, and do not hesitate to write long letters. I must have read your previous one 1,000 times already. Paul.
An advance on my salary. So Marcella hired you. But what for?
Yeah, December 5th, 1957. So, they all related. Like, half of her floor is like, are together, mostly. Dear Marcella, I've just received a letter from Lindsay's mother. She tells me he's dead. Words cannot even begin to describe how empty I feel. He died 2 years ago before I even sent my first letter. He will never know my feelings for him, and I will never know if he could have loved me back. I guess I should have known this would end in pain, just like your novels. I wish I had Lindsay's ability to find beauty everywhere. Even during the war, amidst the death and chaos, he would marvel at the forests of Germany, at the sun, the birds. He loved birds so much, he couldn't identify them just by listening to their song. I have to admit, your proposition took me by surprise. I was hesitant to leave home at first. I was afraid to miss Lindsay's answer, but now there's nothing keeping me here. I'm desperate for anything that will help me forget the pain, but I don't have enough money to make it to Texas. Do you think you could give me an advance on my salary? In spite of everything, I'm really excited to know I'll finally meet you, Paul. Oh. So? There's nothing here. Close.
So, let me get this straight. Mrs. Beaumont and Mrs. Cruz are some kind of star-crossed lovers?
Seems like it, yeah.
Oh.
I'm not sure whether they chose to meet here just to reconnect for a few days, or if there's something more to it.
Well, I may be able to help with that.
Really? How?
Oh, some mail arrived earlier for Mrs. Beaumont.
I wonder what's inside.
I wonder what's in it.
We could open it.
I mean, that's kinda illegal.
Oh, is it?
Is it?
Yeah, I think it is.
Well, too late. I've always known I would end up in prison one day.
So?
It's 3 train tickets. And, there's a tourism pamphlet for California.
California.
Well, it makes sense. It's much more progressive there than it is here.
So, Anna and Marcella want to go there to live their love freely.
Anne and Marcella, huh? You 3 are best pals now?
Well, after reading so much of their correspondence, I kind of feel like I know them, you know?
Yeah. But what about Mr. Morgan, though? I mean, Paul. How does he fit into all of this?
He was a fan. Marcella hired
I
him.
think Marcella hired him. I found some letters Paul wrote to her. He said that her proposition took him by surprise, and that he'd need an advance on his salary.
What did she hire him for? To investigate her own affair?
I'm not sure. I didn't find the letter he was replying to.
And why did he have those pictures of you anyway?
I guess we'll never know for sure, but I don't think it was ever about me.
It's always been about Anne and Marcella.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, it feels a tad anticlimactic, but who needs drama, right?
At least it made our day pretty interesting.
It sure did. You know, after today, I think I get why you're so interested in the lives our guests lead. I try to forget they exist as soon as I'm done interacting with them. But once in a while, it's nice to remember that, well, even the most put-together person could be an absolute mess on the other side of the door.
Yeah, exactly. None of us are
You're
perfect.
right. Everyone likes to put on a show, but none of us are actually perfect.
Yeah, it's a comforting thought. I knew you'd get it, Bean. Come see me when your shift ends, all right? We could leave together if you want.
Sure. If we're able to. With all that snow, I'm thinking maybe we'll have no choice but to spend the night here.
Ooh, a sleepover. We could set up a pillow fort on the mezzanine.
A pillow fort? We do work in a hotel, you know. There are actual beds here.
I know, but isn't my way so much more fun?
Well,
Yeah,
we
sometimes.
could take a page out of Michael's book and decorate it, and then spend the night throwing stuff at Bernard whenever he comes through the lobby.
Oh, now you're talking.
I just have to finish my tasks for the day, and then I can leave.
So, are you close? You must close it. Nobody must see this. Okay, close door. So, what about flowers? Do we need to... Okay, leave it. No, everything else is... okay in here. Okay. Where? Oh, no. Whoa. How she didn't... What? Who's that? Bernard? Call Beth! Call Beth! She must... Is it Bernard? Or Mr. Cruz?
Mr. Cruz? Mr. Cruz.
Okay, call.
Oh god. Oh god. What happened? Mr. Cruz's life insurance policy. Why did he have this on him?
Ooh, coverage a month, 10,000. Okay.
Marcella? Okay, let's not jump to conclusions.
Yeah. 10,000. I mean, she has a lot of money, isn't she?
Is this about Paul? Does that mean...
Clarington, February 16, 1958. Dear Mr. Cruz, thank you for reporting that guest's unacceptable behavior. We'll look into it as soon as possible. However, I regret to inform you that we cannot divulge a guest's personal information regardless of the guest's behavior. As I am sure you will understand, we are very concerned with our guest's privacy, and our staff prides itself on its discretion. Please contact us should that guest bother you again. Yours sincerely. What it was about? Okay, there's nothing here. We must call someone. Nobody answers. Of course. So we're going to investigate by ourselves. Right now, it looks like Mrs. Cruz was actually hired this guy to kill him, to kill her husband.
Hello? Is anyone in? Hello? I need help.
Yeah, and she cannot leave from there. Eyes. So somebody actually, but where do they leave?
Poor Paul. Lindsay's death really hit him hard. He hasn't been in the best headspace.
February 14. Montreal's much bigger than I had expected. Big cities always make me feel lonely, and that feeling was only exacerbated this morning by the fact that everyone around me was speaking a language I could not understand. I bought an English-French dictionary at the train station, but I don't think I'll need it after all. English speakers seem more common in the downtown area, thank God. The hotel is nice. When I arrived, the whole staff was busy getting ready for some big event. It wasn't until I saw Marcella enter the lobby with a flower bouquet that I realized today is Valentine's Day. Hector and her were gone in a flash, and I was left feeling more alone than ever, wishing Lindsay was here with me. Helping Marcella out these past weeks has been a great distraction, but it still hurts so much every time I think about him. I had hoped that the pain would have gone by now. I probably need a double dose of Miltone to sleep tonight.
So Paul just needed to pass the time while Marcella was away. That's why he was observing us.
February 15. Today I wanted to follow Marcel and Hector out of the hotel, but the sidewalks were so packed with people that started having a panic attack. I tried taking a cab, and that's when I realized I was all out of money. It's been a while since Marcella's last payment, and the hotel room was more expensive than I had anticipated. I couldn't resort to selling the camera, so I decided to pawn my victory medal instead. It was hard letting it to go after so many years, and yet it also felt strangely liberating. Maybe it's a sign I shouldn't be holding into the past so much. To fight boredom until Marcel and Hector's return, I started looking at the hotel staff. I heard Andrew and Beth, the reception desk, discussing books and movies. Oh. They both seem like nice people. I wish I had found the courage to join their conversation. When you look at people all day and they never look back, you start feeling invisible. I noticed that Sophie, the maid in charge of cleaning the 5th floor, seemed to share my interest for other people's lives. Maybe I should try talking to her. February 16.
Hiding out right here. Did he ever find the person who was sneaking out at night?
Who's sneaking out of their room every night? The question has been driving me crazy since my first night at the hotel. So tonight I decided to investigate. I found a hiding spot near the ice machine with a nice view of the whole corridor. My camera's at the ready, but there's been no movement for at least 3 hours, and I'm fighting not to fall asleep. No need for Miltone tonight. I thought being a detective would be more exciting. Maybe Marcel is right. Maybe it's time I let go of Mr. Spade. February
9:45?
17th.
So, Anne and Marcella met here this morning while I was busy cleaning room 504.
February 17th. I woke around 9:30 a.m. and realized I had fallen asleep sometime in the early morning. I was about to go back to my room when the guest from room 507 came to sit on one of the chairs close by. She's been there ever since, and I don't dare leave my hiding spot in front of her. Marcella joined the guest from 507 around 9:45. Apparently, she told Hector she didn't love him anymore, and he's now convinced she's been cheating on him. That explains why he assaulted me out of blue yesterday evening and accused me of having an affair with his wife. The guest from 507, I've learned her name is Anne, has just said that she might have an idea on how to solve their problem. I'm thinking of revealing myself, but I don't want to anger Marcella. The longer I wait, the more awkward it will be when I do come out. Maybe I should... And that's all. Okay.
Looks like Paul had to stop writing in a hurry. What happened? I was listening to the radio at the time. Did the music drown out the noise?
Yeah, but even though we were here all morning. After that, how many times we've got there and back?
Oh, so Paul's work with Marcella was to follow her around like a private investigator, to help her with research for her novel.
November 22nd, 1957, Dear Paul, I'm sorry to hear you are in such a dire situation. You seem to possess a lot of useful skills, and it's a shame employers cannot see past your medical history. But don't despair. I have been writing novels for almost 8 years now. My publisher takes most of the sales revenue, but I was still able to collect a substantial sum of money over the years. Now I would like to use that money to hire you. I'm getting tired of romance novels, and I'm thinking of branching out into crime fiction. As a sort of research, I would like you to follow me around town and take notes of my comings and doings. I'm aware this is a very unusual job, but considering you were able to track me down, I believe you would make a great private detective. In addition to your salary, I would cover all work-related expenses. You would, of course, be the first to read the manuscript once it's finished. Sincerely, Anne. So it was Anne, apparently.
Paul really got into his role.
January 13th, 1958. Dear Paul, I hope spying on me isn't proving too exhausting. You have really inspired me so far, and I already have tons of ideas. The trench coats you bought were a nice touch. You look straight out of a film noir. I also noticed you started smoking. It's probably another way for you to get into character, but maybe that's pushing it a little too far. You know best, of course, but don't pick it up drinking next. At this rate, I should be able to start writing in 2 or 3 weeks. Thanks again for your help. Marcella.
He followed Marcella to Montreal even though she was done with her research.
Paul, why did you follow me to Montreal? As I already told you, I do not require your service anymore. I'm starting to worry you are taking your role a bit too seriously. You're not a real detective. You have to let go. Oh, so he was here not on her? Wait, what was there? Copy 25. And apparently, no, you will not pick up. This is a weapon. Murder weapon. Inspect.
A.B. and Beaumont.
Yeah. She was here. She definitely was here. And I understand that it was her who killed him. Because Marcella actually doesn't look like a person who can do this. What's the problem? Why I cannot open it? Okay, why I cannot open it? Is there anything here?
I have to get the power back on.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Oh, perfect. But there was no one here. I mean, that's so strange.
It's too big. I guess I'll need something pointier. I don't think there's anything here that would help me.
Triangle? Then what? More pointy. Do you remember someone has something like that? Something pointy and thinner. What the hell? $505 will help me or not? This is a little bit broken. No, I will not take it. Ah, really?
Think, Sophie, think. What can you use to open the fuse box?
Perfect.
Okay. This looks like something I can use to open the fuse box.
Yeah, and something that was used as a weapon. Perfect, Sophie. Perfect. And before that, she was so smart. And this is such a big mistake.
That worked, thank God. Now, to get the power back.
Wait, where is it? Okay, 1525 ampere.
Eugene, what I would give to have you with me right now.
There's a power outage and I'm busy preventing it.
We'll have to make do.
And I'm busy preventing another part of this shuttle from collapsing. Here, what to do. Check fuse box plan for required amperage of each socket. Remove all blown fuses from socket. Deep blown fuses are usually blackened. Screw in new fuses in sockets. Make sure amperage is correct. Flick big lever to restore power. Eugene. Black is this one. What? S?
How does Eugene do this again? Fuses. I probably... Yes, this is what I need.
What? What the hell? What's fuse S, G, and A? So G type is 30. S type is 20. No. S type. A type, yeah. Okay, A type. So this one is G type.
How does Eugene do this again? Fuses. I probably need new fuses.
But where you can get them? Oh, there they are.
I don't think there's anything here that would help me.
So we need a G type. S type. I don't have this S thing anymore. Let's try to call Beth again. Okay, nothing happens. Okay.
No answer. Beth must be busy trying to restore the power in the lobby.
Okay, so apparently we will leave it at this moment, because next time we will see, next time we will see definitely what will happen, because we're close to ending, and we will proceed next time. But I think that Sophie was too rash to use this ice girl, whatever. What's this? What's that? Is that a white paint? Okay, so we will continue from this moment next time. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy it. Smash like if you did, leave your comments, and subscribe. See you in the next videos. Bye!